Hello lovers, how are you? This video is going to be more of an update to everyone that's asked. So, I've been getting a lot of questions on Mallory. How are you? What are you doing? Just checking in on you. A lot of people are still doing follow-ups with concern about the whole transgender thing and all that good stuff, and you know, I stand with Mallory and all that. Listen, that really did warm my heart, all the people that came out and stood with me, and I looked at it more as people standing on the side of right and decency. I really did, more so than standing with me, and I truly believe that is what was happening. Either way, it really meant a lot to me, and it did invoke a little emotion. Okay, Lady Frost had a little emotion, and it did invoke a little emotion, and I think that alarmed people. I think that alarmed some people, but don't be alarmed. I'm human. I'm human after all. So I am going to give an update because people are wondering, like, I know people are wondering, like, where's my live streams? What's going on? Here's the thing, and I want to make this quite clear because I've answered a couple people ever so briefly in the side chat, and it's very difficult because I don't want to get into so much stuff, excuse me, in the comment section. I don't want to get into so much stuff in the comment section. One, I don't want to type that much. Two, it's going to become redundant trying to answer people in a comment section, especially people I don't even really know, right? And I just hate to ignore people flat out. So I'm just gonna, I want people to know my intentions. A lot of lessons came to me during that whole episode. And I always say there's lessons in everything. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna realize some things, you're gonna learn some things. So all is not lost, okay? And I did realize some things, and I learned some things. First, I realized not everyone is your friend. Not everyone is your friend. You may think people are your friend. You really may think that. You may believe that you have these make-believe online friendships, and then you really start to believe, wait, you really don't know these people. They don't know you. You're not, you know, and then you start to say, well, maybe they're not real friends, but they're kind of they're good time Charlies or my buddies, and then you think, no, they're really not even that, Mallory. They're not really even that. Then you really just start to understand that you've really just kind of overestimated people greatly. You've overestimated your place with people. Not just people with these make-believe communities in your head. You've definitely overestimated these community lines you've created with people, and these bubbles you've created for yourself. You know, all this stuff. You know, the people within a bubble and all that stuff that I've done. And it's all my fault. I take responsibility for it. Some people are better a solo act. Some people are just better suited to fly alone as creators, as content providers, as just another YouTube channel in the billions of channels out there. And I've just come to the realization, looking back over my 5-year hiatus, I'm sorry, 6 years now, of some of the discourse I've had with people, and some of the absolute hatred that I've gotten from other content providers. Hate from spectators is par for the course. That doesn't bother me. But other content providers and the unwillingness to bring and share into the fold and all that, and it's just, sometimes it just gets a bit, you know what, I'm all for building my own playground, right? I'm all for that. And I've done that. So what does this mean exactly? It means, as a solo flyer, it means just like any other channel. I answer to no one. There's just me. There's just me. Just like any other channel out there. I go live when I see fit, when I go live. There's no more, when you're a solo flyer, for example, there's no more waiting for runways to clear. There's no more checking to see what community member may be live, not to step on toes, or those common courtesies, things like that. These are things you do as a community. If someone is down, if a community member needs down or is in trouble, you fly over there to lend support with everybody else. This is not something that I do. In fact, to be fair, I've actually unsubbed a lot of community members, so I wouldn't even know if in fact there was something going on anyway. This is for my own sanity and have my own clarity on things. I'm just going to be focusing on attracting new YouTubers to my channel while, hear me out, while also continuing to cater to the ones that want to stick around, that truly just find something in me that is worth sticking around for. Now, I know full well I'm well versed in YouTube. I'm well versed in patterns. I'm well versed in my own history of YouTube. As much as some may very well like me, I know full well that many of those will drop off as well, because they prefer, and it's human nature, you prefer the land of familiar. In fact, there's a book out there called The Land of Familiar. It's a really good, simple read, but it's a great life lesson. You should read it. The Land of Familiar. Having said that, they prefer the land of familiar, and it's very hard for them, there's lack of entertainment for them to look at anything else beyond their particular bubble, their particular community, and the same old goings-ons. So I know that I will lose many of those people. Like me or not, they will have this much interest in current affairs or odd little stories, odd little videos, or me washing my car, whatever it is. They'll have this much interest in that. So there's that. That's where I will just have to hope new people who discover my channel will come in and fill those voids. As I say, there's an ass for every seed. So that's what's going on with my channel, people. I am fine. I'm just fine. Like I said, I'm just changing the way that I YouTube. I just cannot, and I refuse to continue to be like the hamster on the wheel and continue to go round and round and round and round, and do the same things and try to be part of something that in the end just isn't working for me, or to be part of a community where I'm just not welcomed. Not in people aside, meaning the viewers. Lord knows you all turned out for me. I appreciate it. But to be a part of a community, you really do have to have you do have to have some degree, the cooperation, not necessarily the support, but you have to have the cooperation of the other content providers. You have to have their cooperation to be able to bounce back and forth off of one another. And when they won't even say your name as if you don't even exist, that means they're not going to pass the ball. They're not dodging the ball back and forth. And like I say, in a case such as what had happened to me, when they won't even, how do I say it? None of them were even willing to, aside for a couple, thank you for the, aside for a very special couple of them, they weren't even willing to pollute their channel with my name, for their own reasons. They weren't willing to pollute their channel with my name. You know, that was just, that's the kind of cooperation that just wasn't there. And I can't have any part of that. So that's not a community I want to belong to. That's not a community that I'm interested in. Whether it be the true crime community, right? Whether it's the blended TC drama community or any other community. Because here's what I want to say in closing to that. Because I know some people took an out. Some people took an out with being in the true crime community. Transphobia, right, does not stop at the true crime doors, right? So let me make that quite clear for future reference. For anyone that took an out because they were not drama community, right? But they were in the true crime community. Transphobic remarks and transphobia attacks and assaults, right? It's very much like COVID or any other transmittable disease out there, right? It doesn't know boundaries like that. So let us be quite clear that was a cop-out. All right, till next time, take care, lovers. Thank you.